Is it on? Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Welcome, welcome, everyone. You're listening to tvosj.org. Of course, this is your community radio station over here off the Miracle Mile in Stockton, California. Welcome, welcome to Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez. Do appreciate you. Today, I have a guest, and the guest is someone that I've known for quite a while. And, I did ask if I can have the whole family here, for an interview. And I know we're all busy, but you know what? We're going to have them this weekend. We're going to have them on Sunday at our event, which is going to be at Weber Point. And that's a 5th annual Chicano Community Program, radio reunion, car show, and also motorcycle show. So we're going to be going live out there with so many different things and entertainers that is going to fill the whole day up. So I want to welcome Christina. Christina, ¿cómo estás, Torres?
I'm well. Thank you, Betty. Thank you for having me today.
From the Mike Torres Band, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
give me some history. Let's talk about when you guys started. And, just historia de la familia. And just, it's yours. It's your mic, girl.
All right.
Go for it.
Well, the band started in September of 1970. So we're approaching our 49th anniversary as a band.
Okay, bravo,
Yeah.
bravo. I got to do this. This is so important.
Yeah. So, of course, in great part to my father, Mike Torres, the
Torres.
senior.
Senior. Yes.
The leader of the band who started.
Qué
He
corazón.
had been in music for years before that, obviously, but that's the year that he formed the band under his own name and brought in, all of the various musicians. In those days, it was a lot of the local musicians around Stockton, and as we started growing older, his kids, then he started incorporating us in, and, it just kind of went from there. So in the early 70s, mid 70s, that's when my brother Mike, we were all little kids, and Mike Jr. started as the drummer.
Yes.
And kind of came in, and a couple of years later, my brother Martin, took over on the drums. And that's when Mike
He's
kind of...
quite the drummer.
Yeah, he is. And Mike, always presented as more of a front man. And if you see him now, he
Quite
plays...
the talent, let me tell
Yeah.
you.
Excuse me.
encanta.
You know how he is. He plays every instrument. He's the front man, the vocalist,
Yes.
musical director,
He
and
wears
all
so
those
many different
things.
hats.
And from
Yes.
day one, he was, had that presence to be out front. I came quite a few years later, and people laugh at that story. But the reason I came in, I have two older sisters, Carmen, who was in radio for a long time, and my
Yes.
sister, Alicia, everybody knows her as Kiki, and she's
Yes.
been behind the scenes more, but she does a lot for us, as a family and to support the band and all of that. And she never got into the music thing, but her sons did with us. And anyway, all of us involved, the two girls wanted to be the singers and in the band, and I wanted nothing to do with it. But the way it happened with me is I was the baby of the family, and my two older brothers, Mike and Marty, preceded me. And then they said, well, my sisters were teenagers, didn't want me around. And my brothers said, well, if you're going to hang around, you better learn how to play something. And that's really how it started. But I wasn't planning to. I never wanted to sing. I didn't want to do anything. And I laugh because back in the, I'll date myself, but in the 70s, we were back in the, mid 70s when we started as kids. And people would throw money at me, and I was so cute playing my tambourine. I wasn't singing a note. I wasn't doing anything major. I said, now I play how many instruments, sing all night, and I don't get any tips. But it's all right. But no, so that's really how it started.
You make
And
good money now.
And we've been blessed through all of these years going on to the fourth generation of family who's kind of come and gone.
Unbelievable.
My dad
4
and
generations.
my brothers and I have been the constants.
Yes.
But a lot of great musicians from here in the Valley and just all over the place that we've had the pleasure gracing the stage with us through the years. And we've just been blessed and in great part to my mom, God rest her soul.
Yes.
But with her support and always pushing us from behind. You never saw her out front very much. But if it wasn't for her, getting us to the gigs and making sure our clothes were ironed and making tacos for the road and all of those things, but always being our biggest cheerleader and
biggest fan.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
it was always a family thing, and it still is. And, we've just been blessed. So we're approaching year 49 and
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can't believe, those are a lot of years,
Yeah.
But the fact is, as a family, you guys have been able to stay together you're dedicated, you have that passion. You know, that says a lot, because you hear a lot of bands, you know, fall apart, you know, after so many years, but you guys are going strong. And I hear so many positive things, just, you know, positive vibes out there. You guys have done a lot. You've done justice for the San Joaquin area, let me tell you, and afar.
Well,
because
thank
I know you
and
go all the way to LA.
Yeah.
You go wherever.
we
right?
go and we have bus, like we say, we have bus will travel, and you know, it wasn't always easy, you know, but we came up as youngsters and in the band and trying to do our thing, and in the days when my dad was kind of running all of the business side and trying to lead the band and having all these little kids with them, but he made it happen, and he hung out in there with us, and we hung in there with him. And you know, my dad just turned 84 a few days ago.
Unbelievable. My mom just turned 85.
Yay.
They're right there.
So
right there.
84 years old and still going so strong, and
sure
in that
is.
way we're just blessed. You know, you see him driving around here in his little convertible, and he does his thing. It's harder for him to travel these days. He goes when he wants, and if he's feeling up to it, and if he's not, he still does his trio music around with here sometimes with his good friend Henry Olivares from the Vampiros. They got their own little thing they do, and he has his trio gigs, so he keeps the music alive whether he's with us on the road or back here at home.
That was one individual that my father would love to get up and sing with. Chava Salvador Ramirez, my dad. Ay, cómo le encantaba cantar con sus amigos with the mariachi. And, you know, I have vivid memories. And, you know, that was way back then. I lost Daddy in 96. But he still lives in me.
Oh, yeah.
La música, because of him, I'm doing what I'm doing. And I love it because it's always helping individuals. It's always doing something positive right here for the community.
Of course.
For
And
the
with that same
nonprofit
respect for you,
organizations.
Betty, you know, I remember when we were kids and hearing you on KUOP, you know, back in the days, and those are the days. I mean, and local radio here.
Oh,
and it
Mario
was just,
Hernandez.
Yeah.
Mario Hernandez, who taught me everything about radio. If it wasn't for him, and on that day, I do a tribute to all of them. I call them communication fathers.
Yeah.
Because they were there. They gave me the time. That was Ponce Rees, Mario Hernandez, Robert Navarro. And then I lost Joker 2 years ago from diabetes. And, you know, we still have Chris Jimenez, who's going to be present there. Tiene diabetes también, le quitaron una piernita. And I feel so terrible, but I love the fact that he's still with us, you know. He's still going strong, and he's going to be there present on our day.
That's great, and I hope that
Sunday,
whoever's
August
there will
11th.
get acknowledged, because they're
Yes.
you know, pioneers
They
in
are
bringing
part-
this
yep.
this music as are you. So I thank you, you know, for what you've done for our community and keeping it going still. And
Ramirez going strong. Ramirez is the founder.
Yeah.
Christina, the founder. He started it in 1976.
Wow.
And I came on board in 78, 79. And, you know, that's when I stayed with him for about, 8 years. And it's all volunteer work. And I didn't mind doing it because it was something positive.
Yeah.
And it was something for the community. And so just being around by so much talent. And Mario Hernandez was one. And like I said, you know, Ponce Rees as well. Matter of fact, I'm looking for some of his familia members. So if anybody knows that family, please contact me. Give me their contact number. I've been trying to find his son, because he's got a son. And I'm not sure if he's a junior. I think he is.
Well, put it out on
so
Facebook, anybody,
definitely,
and maybe you can find him. You know, that would be
Reaching out.
great.
Yes, and I did find Robert Navarro's daughter, Rose.
Oh,
and so
okay.
she wants to be part of the event as well. Again, this was an individual that brought in oldies but goodies from all over the place. Oh, he had quite a collection.
Yeah.
And very well known. So when I came home and I found out, you know, a lot of them were missing, and it just touched my heart. And I thought, who has anybody done an event to bring back the KUP days, right?
Yeah.
Or a reunion or something? And no one did. And when I talked to Carmen says, no one has done that, Betty. And I said, well, you know what, girl, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
We need to bring it back. We need to do whatever we can, because I didn't like the fact that, you know, we didn't have community radio anymore porque lo vendieron.
Yeah.
UOP sold it. And I'm like, wow, that's silencing the community. Let's not do that anymore. So,
But guess what? Here we sit, about a few blocks down from UOP, and it's still happening. So
it's still
you're
happening
making
with
it
Sabor
happen,
Latino,
so,
with
yeah.
a new radio station that is on the rise, and it's
Yeah.
climbing. It's growing quickly. And now they're looking at giving us 2 sister stations. And
Yay.
these 2
Okay.
sister stations is Tracy and Loray.
Right on. Well, best of luck. I hope that happens. Yeah.
So you know what that means, girl. You're going to be coming in here more
Hey.
often, and I want to see you guys playing live right over here in our new little studio area.
Call
we
us.
take out that table, and we can put the whole band right there and do
I don't
a
know
live
how,
broadcast.
but we'll fit. We're going to make it fit.
A live broadcast. We'll make it fit.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yes.
For sure.
And so that was the plan right there. That was my little idea, and I like the fact that the general manager loved it and used it. And before I knew it, he was putting it together. And he looks at me and says, "You see this?" I said, "Yes." He says, "You know whose idea it is?" "Yes." I said, "Thank you for doing that. Thank you for listening to me," right? And it's grand because on Saturdays, that's when we bring in bands, mariachis. We feature DJs, and also businesses. I'm big on that. So if we can't do it during the week on Sabor Latino, we'll do it on La Voz because we have that extra hour on Saturdays, and it works out just fine. But 9 people can actually sit here. So someday I'd like to do a little panel with all the Latinas, including you.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'd be honored.
I love your position.
Yeah.
Give us your position because, girl, you've been climbing that ladder.
You mean my day job?
Yes, your day job, girl. Talk about it.
Yeah, so that about a year. Well, next week will be a year that
Congratulations.
Thank you. That I transitioned from Stockton Unified as a director in human resources there to the division director of human resources at the San Joaquin County Office of Education. So that's important to me because we grew up in this county and went to school here, and so many people, my kids are in school here now and have gone through the system. So although I'm not on the education side per se, I'm on the side of hiring those individuals and making sure that we hire quality people to serve our students. And pretty much, we serve the most at-risk students at the county office. So it really is a pleasure to know that in our own county we're able to contribute in that way. So it's important to me because although my music, I love it and I'll always do that and I always have, this part was important, and this was modeled by my dad, even though he was in music and went on to school and through school struggled through gigs and 5 kids, and he
was juggling, multitasker.
He went to Delta College just down the street. He went to Sac State.
He actually taught there too.
He taught there just till a couple of years ago when my mom passed. So still in his 80s teaching music and Spanish and keeping the cultura alive, So
that's beautiful.
So it's a nice way to be able to contribute back and still be an example in that way too, that you can be educated, you can do great things in your community, but also I have the pleasure too of being able to have fun in the community and with these great people that we've known and grown up with and who followed us for many years. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Question.
Yes.
Who has left you an impression? Musician, somebody has really touched your heart when you met him in music, because you have been traveling, girl.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many.
Give me some of those artists, because I know you've met a lot.
Well, yes, we've been really blessed to do that. And I would say, whoa, that's a tough one because there's so many. But I would say,
out there.
Yeah, for me personally, as a female, of course, Sheila, rises to the top of my list because she, grew up the same way we did with a family band, and her dad and my dad are a week apart in age, same year of birth and everything. So we kind of share
Pete.
that. Yeah, Pete Escovedo.
Pete Escovedo.
And,
he was the first musician that I was able to interview.
Oh, wow.
Back in KOP days. And then he gave us another interview before we started this radio 2 years ago. And it was a blessing. It was like, wow, he took me way back then. And he remembered.
No, and he's amazing. We just had the pleasure a few months ago. We were on a Latin Love Boat cruise, Carnival Cruise Line, and we were able to share the stage there with them. Always so gracious. And his sons, of course, aside from Sheila, but Juan, who's on your roster for Sunday's event, and he is a great person, but a great musician, and that family too, just solid people. And so, of course, for us, that was a big influence coming up. Of course, Jorge Santana, Carlos, through the years that we've seen them and been influenced by them. And for me, I've always been into salsa music. So for me, my favorites still are Oscar de Leon.
Oscar de Leon, one
that
of
is
my
like my number one.
Way back. Yeah.
And then of course Celia Cruz was huge
for me. Yes.
And but honestly, to tell you the truth, it's really, and they don't have to be famous people. And a lot of my influences are not. They're just people that I've known and people that have stuck it out. And it might sound corny to say, but my own dad, to think that at 84 years old, he's still playing. He's still
going strong.
practices every day. He's teaching us things every day and reminding us, but he taught us how to treat people, how to, and for us, I think, yeah, musically it's nice to get complimented and that, but when people come to us and believe that, feel good when they've dealt with us and that we've treated them well and they've had a good experience with us, to me, that's a bigger compliment than saying that was a good song or you guys sound great, which is always appreciated too. But I think it's about being good people first and then, good musicians next. So,
well, you, wherever you guys go, you are a family unit. So you give that out automatically. And the fact that you have been together 42 years?
49.
49. You're going to 50
49.
years. Unbelievable. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, so we, and then to see the generations behind us coming up. My nephew, Stefan, just moved back to
They're
Stockton.
following your
he's
footsteps.
a teacher at Edison High School. He
Awesome.
just started a few days ago, and he
Wow.
came from San Francisco Unified. He was my sister, or is my sister Alicia's son. And he was in our band for a long time, coming up as a teen, and he moved away and did his thing. He's back in the area, but he's a great vocalist on his own. My nephew, Mike Torres III, I think a lot of folks know about him. His band, La 45, doing
Awesome.
really
I see
big
him
things in San
all the
Antonio.
time.
And so even though they're not necessarily in this immediate circle with us anymore, to see them carrying on and doing great things. And all the kids, my kids, I mean, they're all, my son's a drummer, at the Chavez high school band, and he's doing his thing there and representing. And so for us to see that, special too.
Of course, my goodness, they're following your footsteps.
Yeah.
You guys are setting a good example, and not only that, but to have music in you, to me, music uplifts me. It gives me that reason to continue. I guess part of it too is Daddy. Daddy's always loved music too, and I remember that. And when he would get up to sing, he would sing with such pride. Traditional music from Mexico. Que lo que le hacía en el corazón, I could feel it. Sometimes he would just make me cry.
Yeah.
Just the way he sang, I'm like, oh my goodness, look at that. Que talento.
Yeah.
And this was Daddy back then. And I was telling Mom the other day, Mom, do you still have Daddy's records? Because I know he put out so many records. And she says, yeah, I have them stored somewhere. I said, Mom, it's time to pull them out because I want to play them on the radio, right?
Yeah.
And so that day we're going to do a tribute to all, of course, everyone that we have lost, but still live in our hearts. And it's a special day.
Yeah, I
It's
think it's a
special
lot of
because
emotion.
It's all about la cultura. It's all about la familia. It's all about, carrying the tradition and introducing it, especially those that have lost it a little bit. They're going to take away algo ese día. Y si es una palabra, está bien, because then we can plant that. Es algo que va a empezar porque then they have the opportunity to choose whether they want to learn Spanish or not.
Yeah, of course.
But the thing is, it gets me to hear that a lot of our youths are forgetting the language. And so I'm thinking with this event, we're not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
We will not let that happen. They're
The
going to take
music
away
will be
something.
there,
The cultura, the tradition, the authentic of the food. But the dance, la danza también, pero la música is what definitely moves me. Whenever you guys play and I come across and I hear you, I say, okay, there goes my little feet.
Yeah.
I got to get out there, express myself and
We
dance
were
away.
across the street over here, remember? Was it last year? And I saw Betty across the street dancing it up. But so we're super excited about being a part of it. And we're just grateful that you asked us to, be a part of this
means
event.
the world to us, all of us. And I knew that the time was going to come. I know that you guys are busy. And to be able to bring this event, it's the 5th year, bring it to Weber Point, híjole, qué trabajo. But you know what? It's worth it.
Yeah.
Why? Because of you.
Oh, thank you.
And because all the musicians
Yeah.
that have been together for so many years. And I consider all of them familia because we go way back, 70s, and that's hard to believe. Like it was like yesterday. It's like, ¿qué pasó? Híjole, this life.
You blinked
it's true.
and 30
it is
years
too short,
went by.
so gotta make the best of it. And like I was telling the guys, Latin Magic, I said, I've known you guys since back then from the KUP days, and I remember vividly. So I've been building, and this is all for you guys. This is all volunteer. No me pagan. And I figure, okay, pero como me pagan is to see the familias grow in tradition, in everything that we are about, and continue it. Cultura para mí es algo que es importante, and we want to keep it alive. And Daddy's one of the persons that always would tell me, always never forget your cultura, never forget your gente, your familia, never, never, never. I said, Daddy, that's embedded in me. And everything that he's done or was about was helping familias. And that's something that I am able to continue to do.
Yeah.
And if it's DACA, if it's Dreamers, if it's undocumented, if it's los inmigrantes, aquí estoy ayudándolos, dándole toda la información que tengo que darle para que sepan que tienen derechos.
Yeah.
I'm here.
And that's important. I mean, you need people like you in the community for sure. And I hope too, in some small way that we contribute in that way, and that it just reminds people of where we come from, and we can go as far back as when we were little kids, and we learned all the traditional music. We play all the traditional music, and
love that.
Yeah, and it's always an honor. We did a 50th anniversary a couple of weeks ago up in Napa, and
what did they request? I'm curious. What was the music?
Well, they wanted it solamente una vez, and but 50 years of marriage, and we grew up with that older generation too. We were kids, but we grew up and we learned that style and that etiquette so that we could do that. And my dad is confident now. I mean, not that we're little kids anymore, but we can go in and we can cover that music, but then turn around and play Bruno Mars or do whatever we have to do. And it's just
switch it.
but it doesn't ever cease to amaze people when they hear the Spanish, the English, the old, the new, and that's just if that's the way that we contribute,
you have that variety.
Yeah, and then the language and just English, Spanish, and being able to do that. So we're blessed to be able to do what we love to do.
And I love the fact that you guys are still going strong. And like I said, once you come through and you interview Betty, you are part of the familia here. So you are part of the voice of San Joaquin, and you have been for I don't know how long. I've been always talking about you, promoting you guys, constant.
We appreciate that.
And I do that. I do that for everyone, especially, people that I hold dear to my heart. And
thank you so much.
Just know that. And so you always will have a voice here. You will always have a station here that will broadcast and promote your music. Anytime that you have events coming up, all you have to do is call or send me a little flyer. We'll constantly plug it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And speaking of promoting music, can I talk about that CD?
Definitely.
For just a minute?
Yes. Matter of fact,
okay.
I'll raise it up unless you want to raise it up.
Well, however you want to do it. Betty's got it right there. So that's a CD. I'm going to just talk a little bit about that because a lot of folks were waiting for it for a while. We started this project probably about 5 years ago. We have a studio, there at my parents' property, and we started it. But the hard part about it was we got a ways through it, and then my mom passed away, and we just kind of lost our momentum for a minute. And then about 6 months later, our bass player, Neil Sanchez, who was with us for a number of years, passed away tragically in a car accident. And we just not celebrated, but 4 years of his passing just a few days ago. So July's always kind of a hard month, for us because we reflect on that. But anyway, it took us a while to get through it, and we were able to release that CD this past May. So inside, I think it's not open yet, but when you open it up, there's a tribute to both my mom and to Neil. Just, kind of a memorial to both of them, but some really good stuff on there. There's a whole bonus CD. Mike and my brother Mike was just messing around doing some stuff one day, and it actually turned out really good with a bunch of oldies and just all kinds of stuff. But
you guys are just messing around, right?
Yeah.
When you mess around, that's when you do your best.
Yeah, and that particular CD, though, has featured Neil on the bass. We were really, really blessed that we were able to capture that before he passed away, and so we do have him.
Quite the talent too, and quite the bailador.
Yes, he was the salsero
on the floor.
Yes, he loved to dance, and anybody who knew him, his big smile and his dance, and I think that's what everybody misses most about him. But it's just really nice to put that CD in, and we hear him, just like he sounded when he was with us. So anybody who wants to just kind of have that with them, you can pick up one of these CDs. We'll have them there on Sunday.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so we're excited about just sharing that. It's been out for a couple months now, and we're just really excited. And if a lot of folks been asking, but they can pick one up there. But what I want to say too about Sunday's event, it's been a lot of work. Betty's done a lot of work behind the scenes to again try to unite families and tradition and culture and music, and that's the perfect venue. Weber Point, I don't think you can get better than that. and great bands, Juan Escovedo and Latin Magic and us. And I know there's so many others, people coming through that are going to, just help make that event. Dancers, is our car show too, Betty? Or
Full-fledged
car shows. I mean,
and
anything
motorcycle
you could
show.
want. Anything you could want.
Yes,
Food and
a
just
little bit of everything.
We're just hoping people will really come out and support. It's hard for promoters and folks trying to do events like this when nobody comes out and supports. So it's going to be a beautiful day. It's not going to be too hot. I hear it's
90 degrees.
Yeah, it's perfect weather. So they have some seating, but bring your lawn chairs, hang out. There's shaded areas. It's a beautiful venue. So we're just hoping people are going to come out and really support. And downtown Stockton, Weber Point, this Sunday, the 11th, starts at what time, Betty?
It starts, doors open at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
And it goes till 6. But I know they're probably going to take it. Juan's probably going to take it to about 6:30, maybe 7. But you know what? We don't mind going over just that little bit. But yes, this is an event for Stockton, for San Joaquin area, for everyone. More and more people have been coming on board as well. And who has come on board? And I have to mention this. This is Marcos Hermano. And this is, I got to call him Godfather of the car shows because he is it. Híjole. And this is the first year that he came on board. And for years, I've been supporting and promoting him. All these beautiful car shows. And now concerts.
Yeah.
So he decided, okay, this year he's going to support us. So he became one of our sponsors, and now he's going to come out and be part of the event.
Yay.
And I'm just like, wow. One of the guys pulled me over. His name is also, he says, Betty, he says, once you have Marcos Hermano on, everyone follows. So get ready. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I think we have the venue because it's huge. It's so big. You stand there. And I remember looking at the area where the vendors were going to be at, and I thought, I have a little handful of vendors. This park is going to swallow them. I said, oh my goodness, this is not enough. I need more vendors. So I went out, started getting more vendors, and they're still calling today, getting a space.
Wasn't one just calling a few minutes ago before we went on the air?
Yes, they're saying, send me the application. We want it now. It's like, we want a space. I'm like, okay, it's all happening. The very last week is always the most busiest. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, people, do me a favor, if you can, try to get everything done well before the date, because on that day too, Christina, I kid you not, I'll have new vendors just pop up.
Yeah. No, I'm sure on the day
without even calling,
showing up,
pop
up. Yeah. But that's a great thing. They know it's going to be, a huge event, and they want to be a part of it. And so I can't just stress enough. I just really encourage people to come out. Yes. It's going to be a great day, a beautiful day outside, and for families, for, if you want to dance, you don't have to. People say, I don't have any to dance. So what? Just come. It's going to be a party.
I dance by myself all the time. But what one does, the rest will follow.
Yeah.
And I'm always one to start, because I'm looking at individuals that are just holding up the walls. They're just standing there looking at each other.
Missing out.
And I'm saying, hey, the music is good. This is danceable music. We need to get out there and move. So if I have to start, I'm going to do it, and I'll pull people in, because I'm saying you're here for a reason.
Let's seen you do it, Betty.
Let's live. Let's bring that. Let's bring that floor alive, because we definitely need to. And when you get out there and express yourself and dance to the music, especially your sounds, oh my goodness, you feel so good.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel uplifted. You feel positive. You feel, if you had something that was ailing you, or you were worried about, all of a sudden worries are gone. Because you let yourself express yourself in music and dance, and just let the music take you. And when that happens, it's healing. It's a healing thing.
And in these days right now, just so much going on in our world out there. It's
need
like
this event.
We really, just got to do some good out there, and support each other, and just a good event without problems, without craziness out there. And, so on that note, just prayers to all the victims out there, and Gilroy, and El Paso, and Ohio, everywhere. I mean, it's just sad. It's really sad that we are living in these times, but that's what we can do to make it better, is just get out there and celebrate, and
keep the positive, keep the faith, keep the faith, and support each other. Never give that up, because unity makes us stronger.
Yeah.
And this event, I believe, that is going to be something really positive for todas las familias, todas las familias que hablan español, inglés, como quieran.
Seguro.
No nomás mexicanas, puertorriqueñas también, cubanas también. I mean, we have a little bit of everything. Todos los latinos going to be out there.
And that's the beauty of it. Everybody just kind of coming out, you know.
Exactly.
Enjoying the time.
And everyone out there that is willing to learn how to bachata, learning the salsa. I'll give you some lessons. I'm going to be dancing. I know that for sure. Because whenever you guys play, I have to.
Yeah. No, we expect it.
We
expect Betty right there in the front.
Okay. As soon as you guys play, I'm out there.
Yeah.
So definitely everyone is invited. Come on out. Bring your familias. Bring your abuelitos, okay? Bring everyone so that way they can enjoy a beautiful day.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course. Where else? Weber Point in Stockton, California. Sunday, August the 11th. Can't miss it. It's an awesome event. A shout out, a thank you, acknowledgement to anybody out there, Christina.
Just again to all the folks who support us, who've supported us for 49 years now, all the local people around here, all the people from everywhere, wherever you are, California and beyond. We just really appreciate the support on Mike Torres Band. We appreciate people like Betty, all the promoters out there, and all the folks who just continue to keep live music going. And we're again really glad to be a part of this event.
Okay. Phone number, contact info, where can they buy the CD, and in case they have any questions on where you're going to be performing after our event, of course, and that's on the 11th of August, Sunday. So put it out there if you have other areas where you're going to be performing.
Yeah, so just find us, Mike Torres Band. Make sure you go to the fan page, the one where you hit the thumbs up. The other page, the profile page is all full, but the thumbs up page, you just hit that like button and you'll see all the great events coming up in the coming months, coming weeks. A lot of good stuff coming up through the end of the summer. And you can find us, Facebook. The music we're going to be getting out there pretty soon on other mediums, but right now, like we said, if you show up there or you get a hold of us on Facebook through Messenger, whatever, we can make sure to connect with you to get the CDs. But we definitely will have them there on Sunday. So anybody who's interested can pick it up there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Un abrazo a toda la familia,
Yeah,
especialmente Carmen. And I look forward to you guys playing because I know I'm going to be dancing out there.
Yeah.
So definitely I'm going to bring out my dancing shoes.
All right.
So everyone is invited. Please come on out. Sunday, August 11th, Weber Point in Stockton, California. That's where it's going to be happening. And I'm excited because, oh my goodness, read some of the performers that are all there.
We have Juan Escovedo, we got Latin Magic Band, Gambizi and Dos Four Ramirez Brothers Blues Band, Blanca Sagun, the singer of Latin Soul. You got dancers, you got car show, you got food, you got drinks.
Can't go wrong, especially the drinks, huh?
And then, of course,
it's all imported.
Mike Torres Band, and we'll be on, I think it's around the 3 o'clock hour, something like that. Somebody was asking, but
yes.
Just anyway, come out early. There's going to be great music all day long. So
all day long.
Catch all the great acts that are going to be there. So
Thank you for making today special on Sabor Latino.
Yeah, thank you, Betty.
Christina. Del corazón, okay? Remember, you always have a voice here.
Thank you so much.
Muchísimas gracias. Okay, you heard it right here at TVOSJ, the voice of San Joaquin. This is Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez over here off the Miracle Mile in Stockton, California.